Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of my weeping willow tree. So in part 1 I showed you how to make the dangles that I'll be making, and I did them with 4mm bicones and some gemstones. So this is what I did. This wire right here is 20 gauge aluminum wire. It's very soft. This one is 22 gauge KC gold, and this one is antique bronze, which is also 22 gauge. I used all three. Now, let me move those. What I did, I'm going to try and break this down because it's quite complicated. I have 38-inch wires, not 30, I'm sorry, 36. And I measured them using my yardstick because it's 36 inches long. And that's all I did. Now, I cut I cut 120 wires, okay? So I have, let's see, 40 of each color. So I have 40 KC gold, 40 soft aluminum, and 40 antique bronze. And I made a bazillion of these dangles. And I'm going to show you the method that I used to string them. I already showed you how to make them. To string them, I simply folded my wire in half. I put on a 4mm bicone, and then I put on my dangle, and then I put on another bicone. I didn't pay attention to color, I just threw them on there. And then after that, I added 3 more. And I did this with the bicones and the beads. I will show you how I decided to put them in order and how many beads on each. So this is what I did. Slide them down to the middle, put a bicone on either side of the dangle, and it has to be loose in order for it to dangle. This tree is a willow, so I need it to dangle. So I held it up a little bit high. This is the aluminum wire. Crossed it over. I did not fuss with it much. I put in some. I started off using 3 on each, in between each bicone, and then put 4 twists on the end, and then I said no. It is too unison, and I want this to be very random. So after I did, I'll put in another one. Slide down a bicone and put in just a few, however many you want. I want all my branches to be different lengths. I have 120, and they are all very different, and that's a good thing. Some of these I put a few, some a lot, and I'm not changing anything, and that's how I did it. My goal is to have my branches hang like this, and then have my tree like that. I hope that you can see that. So without wasting too much more time, because this is noontime and things get cuckoo around here, everybody's home. Ta-da! That's not all of it. So let me show you what I did. I started off with the small ones, the small green, which are these. I put, let's see, 6 bicones, and then I put on the end of my wire 2 bicones, twisted it a few times, and then the 3. As you can see, these 3 are close together. Some of them are far apart, some are long, some are short. So I have 40 of these. The next ones I did are the multi. So the first are just dark green. They are in my playlist, and the wire also. Everything here is in my playlist for Amazon. Now these ones here, the multi, have 8 bicones. I alternated with gold and silver, and I have 40 of those. So these are the first 2. The next one I did with gemstones. I didn't count them because they're all different sizes. I just kind of went with what I thought looked like similar in size. Some of them are not, some are very long, some have big beads, some have small. I alternated each gemstone with a bicone in the same manner I did the others, and then I just twisted it out. So that's the third branch. The final layer of my tree I did with 9 bicones. So I made all of these ahead of time, and I made 40 of each of these. So I made 40 of these with 9. I made 40 of the gemstones, 40 of the mixed with 8, and 6. I made 40 of them for the short green ones. And then I just, after I made all of them, I sat down to put them onto my wire. Put the wire in half, put it through, twist it onto, made some twists and until I had all 3. And then I put them all aside in bunches. So, to assemble them, well, I do have a method, and I will show you. I've started, and we will get to it, and I'll show you why or how I'm doing it. So we're going to start with the shortest first, and this one here has the 6 bicones on it, and this one here has 8. So I take these 2, and I separate them like that. And I put the short one on the top. I don't go crazy with it. I really don't, guys. And as you can see, they are not the same length, and that is just fine. I want it to be like that. And then I put in twists. I am not counting. I just put some. That's how many, some. Then I go to the next section of my branch. Each branch has 2 sections. I take a beaded one that is just some beads to the liking of my choice with the 3 bicones. And this one here is the one that has 9. I put the beaded one on top. Like I said, they're different lengths. I'll show you. Like this. And this is what I want. I want them longer and shorter. And twist. At first I put all 4 and just put them in the order, and I didn't like the way it looked. So then I decided to try this way, and I like the way this looks. Now I go back to my first branch, and I try, without going crazy, to put the shortest one, which is green, and the longest one, which is green. What I'm going to do is buddy these 2 up, and that will make a section. 2 sections to every branch. Excuse me. Now let's see if I have one complete. I still need to make one more. No, I do have another one. I'll show you what I've been up to. So now this is one, again, 2 sections, short and multi, beads and long. And I put some twists, didn't count, and just bring them together. Now you can see they are all different lengths. That's a good thing. And this is why I use the aluminum wire, because it is going to get really thick. I have 120 wires folded in half. That's 240. That's why I used so much. That's why I decided to use the aluminum for softness and the 22 gauge to give it some sturdiness. And it actually has worked out very nice. So this will be one branch. Now let me show you what I've done. This is one section, and we have many more. So far I have 4 done, and now this makes the 5th. My goal, they are not going to be pencil like the last. I have it right here, guys. This one here is lovely. It's beautiful. It lights up with a remote, and it changes color. You can change it and hold it to whatever you want, but the trunk is pencil, and all the branches come out at the top. That's not going to be how, that's not how I want this tree. Not at all. So what we're going to do, I have been looking at photos of willows. When it's time to assemble, they will be higher and lower. So I want them to cascade like a waterfall all around my tree of many branches, different heights. So that's that so far. Now we're going to put those aside. And now we're going to assemble some more. You'll see what I have so far. And as far as what wire, I just grabbed here and there. Some have KC gold, like on the beads. And you'll also see that some have aluminum and antique bronze. I did not follow any particular order other than the way I assemble them. So now I have a short green and a mixed. So what I need next is a beaded. Now you can see this one here is kind of shortish. Don't matter, it's a tree and it'll work fine. And we're going to take that. I added, some have a few twists. We could add a few more or not, it doesn't matter. And that one there is KC gold. It's stiffer. This one here is aluminum, as you can see. It's very, very soft. Bring them together. I'd like the beaded one above the long, this one here with 9 beads on it, on the dangle. Now, I'm just going to twist them together like this. Just some, I'm not counting. Until my fingers hurts, then I'll stop. So now there's this next section. There's 2. And we'll add them to these. So the one that goes on top, short green, then the mix, and then over here we have the beaded and then the green. I'm just going to bring them together, guys, just like that. Get them right where they belong, nice and close. And then I'm going to just support my work right there. And I'm going to twist them a few times, not too many, because I have to add it onto one more. This is only half of a section, like I showed you. Each section has 2 of these. At first I was twisting them all together, but I decided I liked it better this way because it gives me more branch space right there. So now this one here is ready. Let's see, what do we have here? A whole section. Here's all 4. Got short, mixed, beaded, and long green. The same on this side. I'm just going to put them on, buddy them up. I'm not going to pay any attention to anything else. Just twist them. Because this is now going to be another completed section. I don't want to go too long, as you can see. Here we go. And once I form them, I just want them to hang. That's why I put the dangles on the other one. I really made small dangles and then mostly this twisted bicones. Not this time. This time I changed it up. So when it hangs, I want it to be different. I want it to be all different lengths. If you can see that, I don't know. And look at this, guys. How pretty is that going to be? There's a lot of them. See how thick it is? We're only halfway done. This tree is going to be big. Okay, so now we're going to do it again. We're going to take the small green and we're going to partner it up with the alternating colors. These are 2 bronze. Let's see if I can find one that is, here we go. This one here is antique bronze, and this one here is aluminum. I would like to have them so that they are not the same. I don't want 2 aluminum if I can avoid it. And here, I don't know if you can catch that on the camera. You can see like the little bits of gold, and this one here is just very soft. This one, not so much. And that was intentional. That's why I did the last tree, the purple with the silver 22 gauge and then the 20 gauge aluminum. Check that one out. It came out really pretty. I worked hard on that one too. New techniques. I'm going to do different guys for a while. I am trying to keep my hands busy doing something pretty. Now, we need a long green one and one with beads. Let's see if I can find a green one that is aluminum. Because it's soft, I see. This is soft. So we'll do the aluminum with the KC. Just as we tried to do aluminum with the antique bronze. This is the next branch. Just going to twist a little. You can see I'm not counting. I'm just twisting it. Y is long enough to give me options. Now we'll take these two and we'll buddy them up. I want the one with the shortest green on the top. So we'll just do this. And see, now we have 4 branches. And if you really want to get technical, we have 6. We have 2 limbs and 6 separate. 4 separate, my goodness. And then just twist them out. Like that. And this will be half of the next section. So let's untangle them. Oh, almost knocked my eye out again. And for now, just put it down right over here. So now we're going to start again. I'm going to take a small green. I'm going to partner that up with a multicolor. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time, because I will pause once I get them all done, and then we'll carry on. I want you to enjoy the process, but not until it bores you to tears. I have had to put this down. Okay, now we need beads, and we need a bronze. Nope, a brown. The brown is the aluminum. This one here, 2 antique. I wasn't paying attention because I'm talking. KC gold with aluminum. I hope that my hands are not all over the place. And throw in a few twists. Like that. The beads do go on the top. You can see they do vary in length, which is good. I want that. And these, the short green, then the mixed, they go on top of that branch. Like that. And then again, just twist them. It's going to be fun to start making the sections. I may have to use a napkin with pliers or my tool, my plastic pliers. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. That's why I used the aluminum wire. Make it easy on my hands. Now we're ready to add our section. And then we have 2 limbs. And we have, let's section these out. See, so it's not just all on one the way I started. I had all of them on one on top of the other, and when you couldn't really fan them out. They looked pretty. They hung pretty, but it's not the look that I wanted. I wanted it real heavy looking and separated like a real tree. And then we'll shape them up later. But I'm just showing you, this is how I'm doing it. So I think I'll do one more set. Actually, let me check the time. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I will do one more. We're going to take a short one. And if you decide to make a willow, keep in mind one thing. Every branch is very different. Like, if you go into the playlist, my husband and I go to one of our favorite places. And I do have photos of the roots of the willow tree and the trees. It is absolutely stunning. And check out that video. I'm really pleased with it. Actually, one of you had said, I see something with the roots in the future. Well, you were right, Michelle. I did that over the summer. And then, as you know, I had a rough summer. But I didn't forget about my project. So, let's just twist this out. That's the bottom one. This is the top one. Bring them together. As you can see, they're not the same. They're all different. I did not measure, like even the twisting right here, just some. The next section that I make to complete this section, I'll just twist some. Doesn't matter. It's a little messy right there, so I'm going to twist it a little more. And it's going to hang this way. So now that you get the idea, I'm going to pause it, hopefully not stop it like I've done, and I'll be back. Okay guys, this is big. Not sure how much of it you can actually see. I'm going to flip it over. I've started to twist out some of the sections. So what I'll do now, so that I know you can see it, is I'm just going to open them up. This is very long. And I'll show you the ones that I have twisted. I took the sections that I put together with you, and then I added it to another section. So now each section looks like this. So I've got two major limbs, then I branched it off with two sections that we did together. So it looks like that. Now, I have another one, or I don't. Okay, I didn't make another one. So, this is my thought. I don't want it to look like an umbrella. I want it to look, I want something lower, and then I want it to look like two. So, what I join, I want to then twist into it, if that makes sense. So it's not like a straight. I've got plenty of room for my roots. What I actually would love to do is twist out my tree as long as I want it, and then do my separation of my branches. I just don't know how it's going to work. I think it would be easier, because doing them like this with the two sections, I mean, this is great. I like the branches. I don't want that big pencil look. I want to be able to move it around. The hair on my, so like even if I took this, just hypothetically here, okay, let's just say this is done and it has this, I wish I could put this up higher so you could see, have a section down here, see, and then twist that separate so that the tree isn't so full up at the top with just a mess. So I think what I'm going to do, I can do this much with you, is continue on like this. And the way I did that, I can share. Okay, so I'm going to take, so keep in mind, the sections that we made before I paused was like this. A double of each of the, I have 4 types of branch. I have the one with the beads, the one with 6 green bicones. Then I have the multi, and then I have the long. And the long ones are, let's see, oh, those are 9 bicones. So I have 2 sets of 2. This is one set, that's the other. That's what we did together. And then what I would like to do now is take another complete set like this of 2, right? And join them, but not at the same height. So what I would like to do is twist this one just a little bit longer. I will need to use my rubber-nosed, my plastic tip pliers, because right here don't look good. I'll probably be doing this on all of them. And then the final twisting, how I wrap it around my, like this, or like this. I'm gonna wrap my whole fist in there. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, guys. It's gonna be interesting, yeah. Okay, let's see if that's not enough, because I definitely want there to be some, keep in mind, let me see if I can stand this up to give you an idea. I want these ones up higher. I don't want it to look like an umbrella, like the one I showed you, the silver one, that I like it a lot. But this one here has to be more, it is big, it is very big. I counted out 120 wires, so when you fold those in half, it's a lot of wires, it's a lot of bending, and I want a lot of depth. So now it's just for the fun of it, see what it would look like. Because, well, I didn't twist it yet. This one here would probably be the main one. I have to do it and hold it up, show me first. I think we're gonna run with it, guys. So I think this one here will be the main one. And I think we'll add them again. I want this thickness, and I have 13 sets. So I think I'll do a set of 5, and then do the other ones, and then take half and put them together, lower, or to make it look like not one big huge trunk. For example, just saying, this is all done, right? Wrap the trunk and then incorporate it into it so that you have 2, and then the rest straight but twisted together. So I would be twisting, I can't explain it. Let's just do it, because I don't know why. You know why? I'll tell you, because I'm not that person that can just say, do it like this and count, and you should have exactly 3/4 of an inch and twist it 9 times. I can't do it that way. But I can show you how to fix a mistake. And I'm not good at realistic trees. I'm good with a novelty tree and a hoop. But this is a challenge. And to tell you the truth, I am excited about this tree, because I worked hard with the new tool. I want it to be gorgeous. But I want to work on my project, the Believe project, and I want to put wires in a hoop for my next just tree of life in a hoop. I want to add different dimensions to my channel, because I can do more than one thing. So with that being said, let's see. I know all these I'll have to twist out. Now it's just a matter of making it look like a tree. So I wish I had this, I'm standing up at my workspace, which is very high, and there's nothing I can do. I can open up the legs and raise the tripod up higher, but then I think I'll be way too far away. I can't do that right now, because then I'll screw up this setting. And I don't want to pause it, because I don't want it to unpause. So let's just, yeah, let you look at something pretty while I try and figure this out. I have to hold them up away from me. Oh, there's no doubt it's a willow tree. I don't want all these ball spots. I don't like what I'm doing right here. Okay. think what I should have done is just left them in, and then with a zip tie, I think I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to arrange these. With the long ones, I'll put a zip tie, so I'll know, and then I can twist to where I want. I will be back. Okay, so this is nearly impossible. So let me tell you what I've done and what I plan to do. As you can see, I have used 2 zip ties right here. This is one section, and I can't even tell you how many groups are in it because it's quite big. Let me just see if I can see. Oops. This is where I want you to be able to see. I have this branch all connecting off of the one underneath. This one here that I'm trying to blend in, I'm trying to blend it right here so that it won't look like 2. Now, that's all fine and good. This is the look that I really want. I want it to look as much realistic as I can. And then I look at this that I have not worked on yet, and I'm liking it, even though well, I did work. I've got one in there that's already twisted, and I can easily twist to make these blend. And I like how this looks. So what I think, and the only thing I have now that is not connected to anything is this one here, which I can add somewhere, like maybe at the bottom. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get that effect unless this is as close as it's going to get to having it not just one. Can you see that? That's what I mean. I'm trying to get these, see, the sections to look more open, but I don't want it to look like an umbrella. I want to be able to shape it. That's why I used the aluminum wire. And guys, it's still really hard. Even with the plastic tip pliers, it's like I really have to hurt my hand. But anyway, so now what I'm going to try and do. Tomorrow, guys, I have a step stool. I'm going to step up on the stool, hopefully not fall and break my head, but I'm going to raise the kind of tripod I have. It's obviously 3 legs, but they all expand. I'm going to drop it down just one. That'll raise this up higher. I just don't know how much of the workspace you'll be able to see that can be distracting. I don't know, but I'm going to try it tomorrow. And I'm not going to do it when I'm alone, because in case I fall, I'm afraid I have fallen too many times, guys. I have broken both shoulders. I have broken both wrists. I have had 8 fractured ribs, for real. Who does that? Crazy, crazy. Broken toes, forget it. We don't even want to talk about those. Okay, so this is the only one I have left, which is a set of 2. That if I had another set of 2, I would add it. I can add it in here. So that's probably what I will do. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm not going to undo this. I think I'm just going to twist it and see what happens. Because I like the way it looks. But I have to be able to incorporate this one here in as well. So it'll be like this. All these separate, and then I want all these together, because then I can pull these down. If you can see that enough. If not, I am so sorry. I've worked too hard for you not to be able to see. But I will definitely surprise you, I think. I'm hoping. With a pretty willow tree. I'm just afraid I'm over-fussing with it, and I don't want it to have that over-fussed with look how wire can get, you know? Like I feel like this was bended the other way. And this right here I shouldn't be doing right now. I should be doing more of, oh, that looks pretty. It's like I see something shiny and it's like, oh, there it is, see? Let's try this one. I just don't want to go past this. I'm going to try and pull that again. I got to get away. Okay, it's about as tight as I can. Now I would love to do this one more time, just one. Tighten it up all the way to here, so it doesn't look like it doesn't belong. I like that. See how nice and smooth it made it look? And this is where I don't know when to stop with the fussing. So I'm going to go on to the next branch, and see below there is where I stopped that middle piece. These, I don't know if I can mess with them and try and blend. You know how I told you, wire is magic. It's very forgiving. So I might be able to take some of these and just blend them in. I think I can. But right now, I want to work on this one. You see this section here, I want to twist it. Can you see what's happening? See, I want it to look like it's coming out from the tree, from the main part. Ooh, that's hard. It's painful. Getting on. I have my friend here. I don't know why I don't just pick it up. When I get into something, like really, I don't know when to stop. And sometimes I go too far and I end up breaking or bounce around a couple of really bad words and get all pissed off and not nice and slam things around and throw a fit. I do that, guys. Usually when no one's here. But that's just me. I don't have the patience of a saint, and I do my best always. And I don't have a bad temper. I do have a bad temper when provoked. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Oh. See, I've been sitting in the other room working on this for hours. Literally, this is going on, well, whatever day I started putting the little part 1. I've been working on this non-stop since that day. But I haven't shared because I want to do it all in one. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to do the same thing with these branches, because right now we're at 37 minutes. And wouldn't it be great if we can get this together in under an hour? Okay, so this is the dilemma. I have got 2 sections that look good, but I have to combine them to make one. And this is how one is looking. I like it. I did twist them all out. I still have one where I will try to just like blend, like right here, but I'm not going below the zip tie. On contestant number 2, this one here is a little bit tricky because I do have several. Let me try to. We're going to have to do this in more than 2. So I have a main one and then the side one. I did zip tie this, and I'm going to take it off. It's not doing anything, but I want them to stay joined, like right here. And the goal, let me just join them together. The goal is to have it, you can't even tell how pretty. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I will end, I'm going to try to show you the underside. Right here. I want like lots of separate branches, but I want to join these 2 and keep all these beautiful branches. I think I'm onto something, but right now I'm gonna call it part 2. And first thing in the morning, I'm gonna get up and extend this tripod and try to map out a little. I do have a remote to turn it on and the camera on and off. I'm going to try and set that up. I have some learning to do. But if it's up high, then you get to see the broad spectrum of my work and my station. So with that, I'm going to just leave it. I'm not done, and I'm not giving up, because I think this has a lot of potential. And I think, let me just turn this up. Look guys, how cute, how pretty could this be if I can get it done right. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep working on it a little bit to try and figure out what the next step is, and then I will see you in the morning. Bye friends.